Hey everybody, it's Cherie with Busy Bee Planners. So I spent yesterday and part of this morning doing a Nancy Drew junk journal. I came across a video on YouTube a while ago where they had taken some Nancy Drew books and made them into junk journals. And I thought, oh, that's such a cool idea. And I actually do have quite a few Nancy Drew books from my childhood, but I did not want to use any of them. So I have been on the hunt for some older Nancy Drew storybooks for the last little while, and I came across quite a few recently at a community garage sale and I should have grabbed them all, but I just simply couldn't carry anymore. So this one is probably from the early 70s. It does not have a barcode, so it's got to be kind of before, the end of the 70s. And, as a child, I have this exact same book, and I think, I was probably in grade 2 when I was really into Nancy Drew. And so, yeah, that's 75, 76, somewhere in there. So yeah, it does say copyright 1947, but it would not be a 47 edition because I have seen those online and they have a much different cover. Nancy looks more like this than this. So this is a 70s edition. So yeah, so anyway, I have not put a closure or a tie of any type yet. I am still debating what I want to do with that, but I have reinforced the front cover corners. They were quite dog-eared. It has 2 signatures, and I reinforced the spine after I took the book out, I reinforced the spine with Tyvek. There's Tyvek glued into the spine to help, keep it safe and steady. And then I glued and sewed in just a little piece of fabric to cover it up. So these are the original end pages. I've used an assortment of papers such as, old planner pages, notebook pages, coffee dyed paper that I did yesterday. I've included some of the book pages, which I had to, of course, kind of make a spine for the signature, to fit the signature, to make them fit into the book. So this is the title page. Then I have scrapbook paper. I've left a ton of room in this book for journaling, photographs, memories, whatever. So this was in the book, $1.59. So I left that there just because I thought that was interesting. And this particular edition only had 1 illustration. Some of them, like the ones I have tons of illustrations throughout the book, but for some reason this only had 1. So I've included it here. This is some notebook paper from the late 70s. This is just a lovely vintage book on flowers that I like to include with kind of older feeling books because of the color. I love that kind of that vintage color. So we have a pocket in the center of this first signature. We have a library card you can add something to. There's some little goodies, die cuts in there, that glassine bag. I made a little envelope here of from a book page, so you can put ephemera into there. And I've glued on some kind of vintage girls to just because the illustrations made me think of Nancy and George and Bess. So there's the table of contents that is in there. And I've added some really pretty transparent kind of vintagey feeling stickers for interest and color on some of the pages. There's a page of the book, just notebook paper. This is from a pad of paper that I had purchased somewhere. And again, it's that 60s, 70s look. There's just a little notepad for journaling with some pages, and it just tucks into here. And then we've got a journaling card. You can move that wherever you like throughout the book, of course. More scrapbook paper. Just again, the retro ladies, some scrapbook paper I've had for a while. Just love it. So a little bit of trim. This is a tuck spot, which we've got just a page from the book. You could journal here or on the back of this. I'm going to add some more of these to the book in some of the spots. And then a little journaling card with, again, a lady from that era. Another envelope, couldn't think of the word, with another die cut attached. Kind of, you know, could see Nancy driving that car. This is just kind of you could, you know, put photographs in here, or I don't know, whatever you like. And then this was designed to hold it closed, but honestly, it doesn't do a great job of it. But anyhow, that's okay. And just some trim there. More sewing where I sewed the end page in. I don't know if it had gotten a bit damp, but there's a bit of a wrinkle in that end page, and I put it kind of more into the middle of the book. Well, not the middle, but not at the end, just to give it some interesting color. And yeah, I used a lot of, like I say, just kind of muted vintagey colors. And more the page of the book. Another book page just paper clipped on. So yeah, that is it. I think that each signature has a total of 22 pages, I believe, something like that. And of course, the book is about 5 by 7. And interestingly, I'm going to grab it. When I took the book apart, which it was already quite damaged in the spine, it was, you know, coming apart, I found this little, where did it go now? I just saw it. You can find things in books sometimes. It's very interesting. There was, oh, for goodness sake, I know it's in here. Oh, there it is. There was a little slip of paper. First of all, somebody had made a little bookmark, which I thought was cute. And then, yeah, this book is now overdue. Please return it so others may enjoy it. So, due date, February 1st, 1972. Parents will be phoned after 2 or more notices. So whoever Carrie P is, it wasn't the Nancy Drew book that was overdue, because that must have been her own book, but it was a book called Trees. So anyway, room science class, grade 9, 4, whatever that means. So yeah, I just thought that was kind of an interesting little thing to find in the book. So yeah, anyhow, that's that. This book will be up in my Etsy shop. I will have a closure of some type. It'll go up either today or tomorrow, depending on whether or not I get it listed. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next one. Take care, everybody. Bye.